Oh, there we go. Yay.
Hey, we are live. Welcome to our first Monday night live stream on YouTube. We usually do these on Instagram or on Facebook. We've been like chopping and changing for the past couple of weeks from one to the other, and I don't know, it's just not really working. People are missing information one week because they're on Instagram but they're not on Facebook and vice versa. So here we are on YouTube, so that we're here every week and you don't need an account to watch us. Anybody can just tune in whenever they want. So we are live from Lady Dinah's Cat Emporium. If you don't know who we are a cat cafe based in East London. This is my dear friend Tink, and this is my friend Asila, who's joining us as a special guest today. So some of you who are friends of the Cat Emporium will remember that last year Mona and Laura went to Skiathos, and Skiathos is a Greek island where they have quite a large feral cat population, and this causes a number of issues for the cats. There's not quite enough people there to look after them, particularly during off-season in the winter. And so this is where people like the lovely Asila come in. So Asila's just come back, and she kindly offered to join us on our live stream just to tell us a little bit about the experience, how she got involved, and what it's like over there on Skiathos. So welcome, thank you for joining us. So this is also, I think, your first live stream.
It is.
Yes, so
be gentle.
Now if you have any questions, please do ask them in the comments. Now, with Facebook, we're not familiar with YouTube streaming just yet. So if we do miss your comments, we do apologise. We will respond to them once we're offline. But if we catch them, we'll answer them straight away. So
Nothing's popping up, so I don't know if it will or if I should adventure
that
on.
is the lovely Cara behind the
Hello.
So if she sees any comments or questions, she will pass them on to us. So yeah, feel free, and hopefully we'll hear from you throughout the stream. So tell us, how was it getting into volunteering at Skiathos? What was the process like? Just so people can know how they would go about it if they were interested in helping out.
So I heard about Skiathos Cat Welfare Association from Mona and Laura when they went last year. So they were there last April and they were there for a sort of long weekend. And everyone in Skiathos said hello to Mona and Laura because they were very well remembered.
Hey.
So that was really nice. So from that and the blog they wrote, that's what raised the awareness for us as a family. Then of course an appeal went out in December because it's the coldest, horriblest time of year. Skiathos isn't as beautiful as you might think all year round. It can be quite snowy and yuck.
Okay, they don't show that in the travel pictures.
No.
Yeah.
And that's when they probably need the volunteers the most.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's off season, so people aren't really on the island as much. I got in touch with yourselves, and you put me in touch with Julie, who looks after all the volunteers for the association. Lots of information on their website, certainly a lot of information about how to volunteer, what to expect when you get there. Someone who volunteered a couple of years ago has written a lovely sort of A4 page of what to expect as a volunteer, including taking your wellies, which I did do. It's very good.
It's always good to have them. If you need them, it's good to have them.
Very good call.
You'll always be sad.
So that's how I got in touch, and that's how I went along. It was meant to be myself and my husband, however, time off work is always a difficult thing.
Yeah.
So what he did was send me with a lot of medication and food.
Yes,
that's very much. Yes, and also a huge thank you again to Lady Dinah's, because also you did the same. You packed me off with another suitcase full of goodies.
It feels a bit like a drop in the ocean, though, because when you see the pictures of how many cats there are over there, I mean, we sent you like a bunch of flea treatments and stuff, but it would barely have scratched the surface of just how many they're looking after. Like, how many cats would you say?
So on the site that they're occupying at the moment, there are probably around about 200 cats.
Okay.
However,
it's the rest of the island.
The rest of the island. So what you have across the island is you have off-site feeding, as they call it, and all the volunteers. Some of them are expats, some of them are locals, some of them are people who kind of holiday out and are there different times of year. They all take a patch of the island and do the off-site feeding. And having gone round a couple of days and seen that, the off-site cats tend to be between 6 and 15 to 20 per feeding station.
So they kind of have colonies of about that size.
Yeah,
they form by themselves.
you know, there's the kind of the tabby colony, the ginger colony. So I've had lots of lovely photographs of that. But that gives you an idea of the scale of the issue that's out there. It's a good thing that the website for that means changing. We can also keep an eye. I'm saying we.
Yeah, that's more than once in the chat as well.
But it means can keep keep an eye on their health, and it also means that you gain their trust. So when it comes to neutering, which is the big program,
yeah, that's the thing that makes the most difference, really.
Absolutely, it means that you've gained their trust. They'll trust you to take away, deal with any medical issues. They're neutered, they can go back into that colony if that's what they want to do. But it also control the cat population, but also they're still out there controlling the vermin on the island. Because just because they're being fed doesn't mean they don't stop being cats doing cat things.
Still catching mice and doing all that sort of stuff as well.
Absolutely.
So what would you say from your experience there was your biggest takeaway about volunteering on scaffolds, or volunteering in general? Because I know this isn't the only program of its type.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of places that have these sort of kind of it's not out of control because someone's helping. Yeah. But they do have these some problems. What's the biggest takeaway, biggest lesson, or the most important thing that you would want to share with everybody who's watching? Hello. Panting. Ting's most important thing is she would like to share with everybody her backside and her front side.
Thank you, Ting.
There isn't just one thing. I think there are so many things that can be done. And there's certainly, whilst I was out there was something that came on Facebook recently about a resort in Corfu, which is starting to do the same sort of thing as scaffolds. There's also another lady on another Greek island that's starting to do the same thing as scaffolds. So I think it's about this trap neuter release scheme, maintaining a healthy population. For volunteering, for people who want to volunteer, I think it's about being strong enough to be able to say goodbye to the cats at the end of the day.
Not all of us are strong enough, are we?
No, I'll come back to that one. I've only got one.
Just one.
But you've got, so there are a lot of cats out there who have suffered trauma. So they might have been ill, have been hit by a car or whatever. And so I like to refer to them as the wonky cats. The ones that the thing that I take away from you is the fact that you've got some very pretty little kittens out there who are probably going to get adopted, but there are also some aging, older, very loving, very calm, wonky cats who need a home too. And I think if I could have brought them all back, I would have done, but you haven't got spaces. So.
No. We'd have to have a whole separate cafe
for wonky cat cafe. But I think in terms of sustainability for the actual association, the thing that I think is nice that we're still working on, and I met some lovely volunteers out there who are British based and Seattle based, is looking at sustainability of the association and some of the work that's going out there. So the feeding is one of the things, the off-site feeding.
So you're saying you're going back to build some,
so we're looking
contribute to building some feeding stations?
Yeah, we're looking at more permanent feeding stations, but that involves engaging the local population a little bit more. It involves maybe something along the lines of, if we're very lucky and we can get this off the ground, something like an accreditation scheme where you've got like a cat-friendly,
kind of like the International Cat Care's cat-friendly veterinary practice.
Absolutely. But that kind of thing, to be able to say, well, you know what? If you see a cat that's in distress, call the Cat Welfare Association, and these people will help look after that cat until that happens. But it's about making sure that they feel safe and that they've got somewhere that they can go to where they feel safe.
Sorry, I always get just really distracted when cats get involved. It's Lizzie.
Lizzie. And Lizzie's the first cat that I met when I came here, aren't you?
That was 4
years. That was 4 years ago.
Well, Lizzie, 4 years, it'll be her 5-year anniversary in October this year, so she's actually the next cat on our 5-year rehoming plan. Although a fun fact with Lizzie, those of you who visit us, either regularly or just once, pretty much everybody who's ever come to Lady Dinah's will know about Lizzie and her wheel. She is the only cat that is going with an accessory, because we know there's no way that Lizzie could be sent to a home that doesn't have a running wheel, so whoever adopts Lizzie will have a wheel as well. That comes with them.
We have a question.
Oh, we have a question.
They pop up and they disappear, so this is going to be hard for me.
Okay.
Do you have any intentions of working with other charities?
Yeah, we're open to it. We regularly, thank God this is live, we regularly work with International Cat Care for different things. They're one of our favourite charities because they have a real sort of educational focus. So their remit, and I really apologise to iCat Care if I misquote this, it's along the lines of, animal welfare is not an animal problem, it's a people problem, and you have to change people if you want animal welfare to improve. And that's something I fully agree with. So we do work with them every now and again. But we'd definitely be open to working with other charities. So if anybody out there kind of would like to get a spotlight shone on some work that they're doing with animals. Cats is often our focus, but I like everything. So yeah, just drop us a mail or comment in the YouTube comments, and you never know, you can see. We actually haven't sent anyone this year to do any volunteering, so that's something that's on my list of things I'd like to do. I'll send Mona and Laura off to Skiathos last year, and I think we'd like to do it again. So yeah, just let us know. And before we finish up, I have one final question, which we alluded to earlier, which is that Estela is not going home empty-handed. She, like I suspect many other volunteers, fell in love on this Greek island and has got a little ginger lady coming home.
Yes, so no, my love of slightly wonky cats. Marmita was found as a kitten nearly 6 years ago by a lovely lady in Rome, who lives in Rome, who was on holiday with her husband, named Loredana, who I have been emailing frequently. So hello Loredana, if you're looking. And Loredana unfortunately was going back home, but she contacted Sharon and said, we've just seen this kitten, she's not even very interested in food, although I've now met her, so it's
quite interested in food now.
Quite interested in food now. But she was the most cuddly cat. She would go to the people in the restaurant and just want a hug. She has no teeth, she has a slightly wonky back leg, and she's very cudgy. And her favourite thing was like Donny.
Like Donny?
On the back of the neck.
On the back of the neck. It's so weird.
Would fall asleep on the back of the neck, which is the greatest thing. So Marmita's coming home, and thanks to all this Brexit uncertainty, I'm whizzing across the channel
to get
her before the 29th of March. So that's going to be a lovely road trip, which I should take lots of photos of and share.
It would also be interesting just to keep updated, because you mentioned when we were talking earlier about Brexit affecting the supply of medicines to the team on Skiathos, because they do get a lot of the medications from the UK, and there may be some changes that come through, and food. So we'll kind of probably keep an eye on that, because it's likely that there are going to be more charities than just them who are affected, and until we really know, we don't know what's going to happen. It may be that there's no major issue, it may be that there's a really big one. So
I think
definitely something to watch.
And I think the other thing with some of these charities is they're very well set up. So one of the nice things about the Skiathos Welfare Association is they have the website that says that you can donate money for food, and they will buy food locally if they can. But they rely on the donations to do that. The same thing with the medicines. So although we took a lot of medicine, all of that's going to be used for neutering over the next 2 weeks. So it'll all be used for the cats that come on site. So it might feel like a drop in the ocean, but actually for the cats who are there receiving the care, it was vital. I think the other thing about the website and the information that they share is that getting cats out to their forever homes, and so people.
Oh really? Okay, I didn't know that was an option.
So that's something. So yes, I'm bringing some other cats out to Holland for their forever homes. One of them's a lovely little blind cat, so looking forward to that. He's lovely. There's lots of ways of helping, but there are lots of charities that do very similar things. So if the Greek islands aren't your thing, then there'll be lots of other places.
With lots and lots of cats. Well, we might wrap up here. Did you want to hang around with us? I was going to do what we usually do on a live stream, which is Cara and I walk around and we chat with cats. They seem to be all falling asleep, so I don't know about this. I'm thinking we could go visit Teddy and see how he's going.
We could.
Because I did want to talk about Teddy and give everybody an update on him. You're welcome to stick with us.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, I think we should move around, because my husband always tells me that talking heads on video is not interesting and you have to do more. So and we'll see how everybody is. So we did mention that we would talk about Donny, and Donny is at my house because he is my Donny. He's moved in with me. Oh, when did he move in? Last week. He's been with us a week or so. He's staying with me, my husband, and my mother-in-law. He is loving it. He particularly enjoys, I would say, getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and then standing in the hallway and just shouting, "Meow!" and making sure that we've all heard him. But he is doing wonderfully. He doesn't seem to miss any of his cat friends here in the Cat Emporium. I think he's really enjoying being the only cat. He does have a lot of company, so we are around as much as we can be. So it might be that if he doesn't have that company for a while, he might get lonely again, but we're just going to keep an eye on him and see. We have somebody following us. Hello, friend.
Obi.
Obi was asleep throughout all of our live stream, and now he's coming to say hi.
We've just got a question again. Someone said that when they visited, they saw lots of lovely furniture, and where do we get it from?
Ooh. from a bunch of different places. Is there something in particular, if they're able to comment and tell us?
They didn't comment yet, but I will
Okay.
let you know if it pops up.
I'm going to give Oberon a little cuddle first. Hey mate. So this is Oberon. He joined us a couple of weeks ago, probably about 6 or 7 weeks.
Ooh, off in the shadow.
He's gone off in the shadows. I guess he's camera shy. Someone is not camera shy. It's always good if you're running on the wheel for the camera. And yeah, he's been doing really well. He's settling in. He pretty much came in immediately and took over the cafe, so he's had no problems integrating. First bit of furniture, if this is of interest, is this is a one fast cat wheel. So we got that from the internet somewhere.
They did ask about the bridge, the cat bridge.
Okay, yes, I can definitely talk about bridge. So this was custom built for us by a gentleman called Joe Levin, custom made. He's based in Bethnal Green, where we are as well. I can pop a link to his Facebook page. He posts most often, so I can pop a link to him on social media so you can track him down. He's built our bridge. He built the shelving. He built sort of like the core structure of our
See.
shelving. Is it disconnected?
It's gone blurry and black and white. I've put.
Okay,
Oh, we're back.
We're back. I think there's a little dead spot right there.
Oh no!
I can't stand it.
Run,
I'll
Roy.
just stay in the upper part of the basement then. So I said I'd give an update on Donnie, which I have. I was heading to go see Teddy, but if the internet's going to cut out, we might not be able to do that. So let's maybe have a little wander and
There's
see
a
if
Sybil here.
anybody's awake.
Perhaps.
Sleepy cats.
Maybe
Anyone
upstairs.
today?
What's going on?
Are they up to
Back.
mischief? Oh, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Okay, I think we found some of the dead zones for internet streaming in our cafe. So yeah, I was talking about Teddy when it was cutting out, so I'm not quite sure if that got picked up, but Teddy's been staying with us. He's a lovely, fluffy black cat. He's been with us for about 4 weeks, but he's just really not settling in the way that we would like him to before we leave him in the cafe with the other cats. So we're still trying little by little. He's not particularly scared, but he just is sensitive. So we're going to give him a bit more time to see how it goes. We've also got Millie. So Millie, a lot of people may have even forgotten about Millie. She was left on our doorstep. She's an abandoned cat. She was left with a note and a chicken drumstick and some sincere apologies from her previous owner. She's quite scared and timid. No way she could stay in a cat cafe. It would be awful for her. She would be very scared. So we've got her in foster care with Abby and Red. She seems to us that maybe she might be a little semi-feral. She doesn't seem to like being cooped up inside. So one of the things we are interested in is finding a suitable home for her to be fostered or adopted that has access to a secure outdoor area, because even though she's kind of showing positive signs at Abby and Red's house, we're thinking that she's only ever going to go so far until she has a bit of outdoor access. If she's used to that, the fact that she doesn't have it will be a really big problem for her. So that's Millie. And I think that's the 3 cats I promised to give an update on. A lot of people keep asking about Wookie. Wookie's final date in the cafe is the 22nd of March. He's getting picked up on the 23rd. That's the day that we're running Pet First Aid. It's already fully booked, so the 22nd is the only day, the very last day, sorry, that you'd be able to visit Wookie if you wanted to see him. And then he is off to his forever home to have a good rest after all his lovely hard work.
We got Who's in the Box behind you. I think it's a Pete.
He's been very, very friendly this evening. Hi, Pete.
Also, someone has said that they volunteer at a cattery and they may be interested in.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
So
Volunteer at Cattery and,
I'm sure you can get the comments back to find out about
yeah,
that.
I'll have a quick check of that comment.
Cool.
And get back to them. This is handsome Peter. I was hoping
Having
he'd
a
let
clean.
me, give him a cuddle, but he's like, I lured you over here so you could watch me clean.
I've got to give him his grooming check in a bit, so he has to be brushed by me.
He's the worst one.
He's scary.
He doesn't like his claws being clipped. He literally just started at me. I meant best. I'm so sorry.
You're the best one.
Best.
You know what you like.
But yeah, he really doesn't like having his claws clipped, or he tends to give very dramatic reactions.
Just a little bit.
He's a diva. But yeah, we've got a lot of sleepy guys going on here. Tink is still
Got a
up there.
Tink there. Oh, someone's struggling to hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, to be honest, that was the bulk of our update. We tend to try and keep our live streams a little bit short. I do apologise that we had technical issues in the middle of that one. I think we are going to have to maybe look at boosting our internet coverage and make sure it covers the entirety of the cafe. There's some bits of the floor and ceiling that are just solid brick, and sometimes the signal doesn't get through. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them, but otherwise, I think we should sign off here and you can get to dealing with this mad guy and his grooming check.
I love and respect you, Peter.
We all love and respect you.
I can't see any questions popping up.
Great. Well, thank you so much to everybody who joined us for a live stream, and a big thank you to the lovely Asila. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We will add some links to the Seattle Cats Welfare Association webpage so that you can check them out. And yeah, we'll keep you updated. If Asila's willing to, we'll let you know how she gets on with her feeding station project with them as well. And yeah, as always, we'll keep you updated on our cats. We'll be back here on YouTube at 7 p.m. next Monday. It may or may not be me. I might have to get somebody else to do it. We will see. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much.